These are also in the 6-0. He's on Eldrazi Tron. We said the deck's been doing really well today.
Yeah.
But his opponent, Alex Morris, on Elves, this is a deck that oftentimes can be difficult for Tron to deal with.
Yeah, you can come out of the gates really fast, generate a lot of advantage on the battlefield. Eldrazi Tron not always great at playing from behind.
Turn 1 Cavern of Souls on Elf, plays Heritage Druid for Alex Morris.
And this is the Elves deck featuring the Vizier of Remedies combo.
Okay. We see turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage from Jeremy. That will turn off Court of Calling and Collected Company. But Alex, he can always just beat down Dwinnen's Elite here on turn 2. This second cavern named Cleric. We'll see where that goes. Alex makes 3 mana into Elvish Archdruid.
Frequently you'll name Cleric because the deck is light on white sources. You just have to find that.
Is there much need for a second cavern on Elf anyway?
No, I mean, if you're particularly choked on mana, but if he expects this Heritage Druid to keep hanging out, he has an abundance of green mana. The Archdruid as well.
And a ton of threats here from Alex, thanks to that Elvish Archdruid. You see here, it's an attack for 9 next turn already.
Pretty fast. Frequently, the best way to catch up against boards like this for the Eldrazi Tron player is going to be Ratchet Bomb. It's much too slow here.
Well, yeah, and you look at Alex, he has a 0, a 1, a 2, and a 3 in play.
Yeah.
Here is the Ratchet Bomb. As for how much it's going to do, it's unclear. Azuri, Heritage Druid, Llanowar Elves, the remaining 3 cards in Alex Morris's hand.
If you wanted, he could empty his hand here, though. He'd be committing a lot of 1s into the Ratchet Bomb. You get rid of the Grafdigger's Cage if it's popped for 1, but that's not a huge concern. He doesn't have anything that the cage is shutting down currently, and he's a pretty good board position at that. Yeah,
so he's going to cast Azuri with the Elvish Archdruid, floating 1 mana. And this is pretty nice. He can leave up these green, well, I guess he doesn't have, I was going to say he could leave up some green mana to regenerate his creatures. He doesn't actually have green mana. His 2 lands are both Cavern of Souls.
If he casts the other 2 elves, he can leave up Alfalfa's Azuri and just make 3 green mana that way.
Yeah, I do like that. He'll spend the 1 mana to make Heritage Druid. This one's Summoning Sick. Then use the land to make Llanowar Elves. It's exactly as you mentioned. Can swing for 7. Here with these 3 creatures. He has triple green up. He's looking for a lethal attack next turn.
Going into his next turn, looks like 6 elves there, so the Archdruid can just tap to cast an overrun.
Yeah. 7 even. Yeah, he may play many overruns. Ratchet Bomb on 1. Not, yeah, needs something big. Does Jeremy.
If he wants to survive, he has to get Azuri off the table.
Yeah.
And casting Dismember, significant cost of life.
Well, yeah, he's actually dead on board if it's Dismember.
Well, if it's Dismember, then you go to the next phase, and you can pop the Ratchet Bomb for 1. Still facing a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's still taking, he'd be at 2.
Yeah.
So it's, you're right, not dead. Ghost Quarter is the play. Matter Reshaper as a blocker. Now, Azuri gives creatures trample. He'll pass. Does he have the Dismember? If so, he would have needed to main phase it there so that Ratchet Bomb couldn't be regenerated through.
Matter Reshaper remains just the laughingstock of the Eldrazi Tron deck.
That's why I play 4, though. It's got creature-Eldrazi on it. And a swing with everybody except for the Archdruid from Alex. The Archdruid taps for 7. Got lands 8, 9 in play. He's a little short of 2 activations, but more than enough to have this be a lethal attack. Matter Reshaper in front of Azuri. Archdruid makes 7 green.
This is the window where Jeremy would want to respond by activating Ratchet Bomb.
All right, so we'll see if he goes for first overrun. He's going to spend 2 colorless and 3 green, it looks like, for the first overrun. We'll confirm exactly how he's spending mana here.
Yeah, presumably that colorless mana being funneled into the overrun. It does not do anything else.
Next round pairings are being hosted at the gathering point. Please make your way to your seats again. By the standard challenge players, your next
Yeah,
round pairings
Archdruid taps for 7. So he spent, yeah, 3 green and 2 colors to use the overrun. Now it looks like he's going to try to regenerate some of these elves.
Regeneration does remove creatures from combat anyway.
Yeah, I mean, right here we're seeing Jeremy has to respond. He's going to respond with Ratchet Bomb. Alex will start to regenerate his 1-drops. 1, 2, and 3 targets them all. They'll all be removed from combat, though the Azuri, the token, and the Dwindlen's Elite still in combat. They've all been given +3/+3. So Azuri's going to trample for 3. The token will deal 4, and the Dwindlen's Elite will deal 5. That is 12 total damage to put Jeremy down to 1. And that's going to do it. Alex Morris, he moves into the 7-0 bracket as well with Elves. He is your winner 2-1 over Jeremy Henry.
Elves is the deck